This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, Yamini, shall we start, or we can wait for some more time?
So just for 5 minutes, sir. Please wait for 5 minutes, sir. Sir?
Okay, sure.
Ma'am?
I can hear you, Yamini. Yeah, Subhash, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me know when we can start.
Can we wait for 3 more minutes, sir? We'll start by 6:05.
Okay. Fine. We'll wait for 2 minutes and we can start. Sorry for the delay.
Sir, yes, sir, we can start.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Yamini. So good evening to everyone. So welcome for this wonderful emerging technologies webinar. Probably I will take a couple of minutes to talk about Future Connect and why we started this initiative. And after my presentation, Subhash will talk about faculty's profile, and faculty will start the session. And we are from Future Connect. It's dedicated for Industry 4.0 competency building in India. It's part of PMC Global Systems. And the PMC Global Systems, we are into multiple Industry 4.0 activities. And we are developing a couple of point solutions for MSME sector. For example, we are building a product with IoT, cloud, as well as machine learning for small and medium players. A very, very affordable solution. And also we are building blockchain-based material procurement application for small players. And for last 4 years, we are doing a lot of Industry 4.0 projects from India. For example, TVS group of companies, we did IoT solution, and 3D printing solution we done for Dell computers. And a couple of companies, we are doing augmented reality, virtual reality. And over and above, couple of large corporations, we are providing a digital transformation roadmap, both tactical and strategic for next couple of years. And also we are collaborating with multiple industry bodies to do the Industry 4.0 assessment and auditing, because any company want to go for Industry 4.0, they need to understand what is the current capability and what they have to achieve to start the Industry 4.0 journey. So we have our own questionnaire, and based on the question output as well as our interview with the client executive, we are going to advise what should be done from their end. And finally, we dedicated this Future Connect for Industry 4.0 training and competency building for multiple customer segments. For example, corporates and the university tie-up. For example, couple of universities we are talking to deliver this I4.0 as a minor program. The university will provide the major program, but minor program we are going to deliver end-to-end from our side. And also we are talking with a couple of higher education institutions to enhance the employees or candidates employment opportunities. So, just I will talk about this unique model for a few minutes, and we call it as a T-delivery model. Okay, so what happens? If we go to the industry and if we go to the internet, if we put any particular technology, for example, artificial intelligence or cloud, you can find multiple players. No question about it. But the question is there any player from India who is able to offer end-to-end training program cutting across 9 to 10 different technologies? The answer is emphatically no. And also based on our conversation with the multiple clients, they are starting some kind of Industry 4.0 initiatives, but they couldn't find the right skilled person from the market. In market, we have BTechs and MTechs and MBAs, it doesn't matter, but they do not have that right skill set required by the big companies. And also the companies are getting into multiple I4.0 projects. So there is a big need for candidates with a good understanding about different emerging technologies and also detailed knowledge about one particular technology. Okay. So based on our own client experience, we designed this course. As part of this course, each candidate is supposed to go through 9 different technologies. So each technology will have around 10 sessions or 10 hours. So they are going to dedicate 90 hours for completing the 9 to 10 technologies. And during the course, we are going to do the profiling for the candidates based on the intellectual level, and based on the outcome, they are going to dedicate one of these technologies detailed training activities. For example, someone got a very good analytical capability, probably they can go for data analytics, or some person can go for the 3D printing. So they are going to dedicate another 40 hours for the detailed training activities, and finally they are going to do the capstone project. And these projects are not dummy projects done by our industry client. And everything going to happen through the weekend mode or weekday modes. So in total, they are going to dedicate around 140 to 150 hours training effort. And for college students, they are going to get the intern certificate as part of the overall delivery. And fortunately, what happens? Some of our clients, they shown interest, saying that whoever complete this particular course, they can call them for the subsequent the interview process. But they didn't commit because each company got their own interview process. But one thing is very clear: whoever complete this particular course, they will straight away go and appear for the interview. Okay? And we got that official confirmation in the letterhead. Okay? And a couple of unique propositions. It is the first kind of a bold initiative from our country. So there is opportunity for a student to learn all technologies and master in one technology. And also, this is not the unknown certification. In fact, we got collaboration with a leading university from Chennai called as Crescent Deemed University. So these certifications are endorsed by or accredited by the leading university in India. Having said that, anyone got this certification, they get a lot of value across the world. And also, predominantly this course will be delivered by the industry professionals and also a couple of faculties from very good higher education institutions. Okay. And it will be highly intensive course. Okay, if they go for a weekend course, it will cut across 5 to 6 months. In case of weekdays, it is going to constrain within a couple of months, maximum 3 months. And also, we are going to leverage a state-of-the-art learning management system. So starting from onboarding until certification issuing process, everything will be happen through the world-class online platform. And I would recommend, the interested participant can go and see that futureconnect.net website. And come to the today's sessions, very interesting and very good topic as well, blockchain and cloud. We are going to see the concept, architecture, as well as the real-time use cases. Yeah. So Subhash, let me complete my session. Probably you can give the introduction about the faculty profile to the participants. Then Pamela Madam can start the session. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Subhash, you can give the introduction about faculty to the participants. Subhash, are you there? Yamini, can you please call Subhash?
Yes, sir, I will call, sir.
Yeah, please. Pamela Madam, I'm going to hand over the control to you. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So let me hand over the control to you so you can start.
Sure.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, madam. Pamela Madam, you can talk about your profile for a few minutes. I think Subhash is not able to talk in the forum. Then you can start the presentation, madam. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening to everybody who are connected in Future Connect. I'm Pamela, pursuing my PhD in Anna University. I'm basically a technocrat. I started my career as a lecturer. After my career went to a WinChip system, I worked in a VLSI technology for 3.5 years as a core designer. After that, my career went to a research solutions. I've done my I'm about to complete my PhD right now. I'm in a synopsis final submission. And in meantime of my 4 to 5 years, I'm working with the machine learning and deep learning. And my domain is my PhD is in wireless sensor, but currently I'm working with my machine learning, deep learning, and with the blockchain. I'm doing a lot of research activities for most of the research scholars. I've got around 20 years of my experience in this. I'm working 15 years as a teaching, and after that 6 years of working in a research part. Okay, that's what my profile.
Very good, madam.
I've done
impressive profile. Impressive profile.
I've done a lot of workshops also for the students. This is the first time I'm meeting with great people like you. Most of the time I have an interaction only with my students alone. Right now I'm seeing a great people, Ravi sir, Alagiri sir and all. Okay, sir. It's an audible, right? My voice is audible.
Yeah. Please go ahead, madam. Your voice is very clear.
Okay, we'll start with a session.
Sure.
Okay. What about this? I can drag it down, no, sir. This part and all I can. full part is been.
No, yeah, you can drag it down, but it is clear, madam.
No,
The slide is
actually
very
some
clear.
part of, okay, okay. Okay, the today's session is about cloud with a blockchain. Mainly, we are going to focus about a blockchain. We know that we are in an era of a digital world. We are all connected with the internet. Now, so the agenda of my webinar is about blockchain connecting with the cloud. So now we are going to see about what is a blockchain and about the distributed ledger, how the distributed ledger going to works, what is a blockchain. Then finally I'm going to show the demo which I have done by myself. I've done for an own research. Okay, that's what, sir. Part of the thing is not been visible, so I'm just saying. Can I? You can
make
see it, no,
necessary
sir.
modification. Yeah, you can see, but you can make necessary modification.
No, see my full view party it's going out. Yeah, minimum
Yeah.
you can hear it, right? So what to do for this, sir?
Madam, you could see the participant on the top of the screen, isn't it?
No, my right side is fully vanished with this GoToMeet and all.
You can see this
Only
arrow mark at the top of the, GoToMeeting
yes.
forum, right? If you click the arrow mark, and everything will vanish for you. You can see the full screen. Go to the right hand top, you can see the arrow mark, right?
Okay. Now it's okay.
If you
No,
click the
sir.
arrow mark, everything will go up. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's going out. Yeah. So now we'll say what is a blockchain. Here in this whole webinar, we are going to concentrate mostly within a blockchain. What is a Bitcoin, and generally about the digital currency. Now we call it as a Bitcoin currency, and this been emerged in the year 2008. The Bitcoin. What is the mean to get into this 2008? Means the totally big bank in the big bank in the USA 2008. The bank was being collapsed, and most of the borrowers were misusing the monies in a financial part. And by digging that, they have come to a person in the year 2008 has got an electronic currency, which we call right now as a digital currency. Now it is we call it as a cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is they hide it, the financial accounting it. Now, we are going to connect our blockchain with the cloud. So all the transactions, we are going to do it in the cloud. So we are going to concentrate first of about the whole chapter is we are going to concentrate only with the blockchain, Bitcoins, and cryptocurrency. Now we are going to connect because our whole the financial transactions with the cloud. So we should know about the basic concept. What is the cloud computing? So far, before an era of net has been emerged, all our data will get stored in a server. So to store those data in a server has got a lot of maintenance problem. We have to spend a lot of money. After an emergence of a cloud computing, we are storing our data in the cloud itself. Here, cloud is nothing but is a storing and accessing the data and program on remote servers that are hosted on the internet instead of a computer hard drive or a local server. Cloud computing, we also say, is an internet-based computing. To do this, the basic architecture is, see, we can see in the left-hand side, the evolution of my cloud computing. Previously, we used to see this is a traditional, this is about our framework of a traditional thing. We used to store all the data in the backup of our own server. Then virtual technologies emerged in the cloud computing, and we divided the whole cloud computing with the three services: with the SaaS service, PaaS service, and the IaaS service. So for doing this, we need only the three architecture. One is front end, where we'll be imposing the data. Back end, the server will be loading all the data whichever we are imposed from the client. And third part is the server, the communication. We are going to get communicated to the cloud. So we need a intranet, we need intranet and intercloud. So after emerging of a cloud computing, now the last 2 years, we have got our revenue of our thing has been expanded to 7.8 billion. It is 4 times more than that of the 2012 what we have got it. Okay, now we are going to see about the cloud computing. We are going to see about the 3 services, which is the software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. So what is about a software service? To be very colloquially, now see, you can see here Uber. In the service, the cloud provider leases applications or a software which are owned by them to its client. Here, the cloud provider will give the application or a software which the client needs. For an example, Uber. Through that, your user can interact to those application and he can interact and he can access it. So for the best thing now, it is a customer relation manager. Here the customer relation manager is an infrastructure given by the cloud to the client to charges them. The software is owned by the Salesforce company only. So whatever the client wants to do it, he has to get an access from the Salesforce company, which is the access given by the CRM. See here, you can see this application here, your SaaS. If I'm using my SaaS application, here is my user's computer. Previously, without using my cloud, how we used to store all the data, we'll get on all the web services only with the server. Now we are accessing through the cloud. Here with the CRM, want to do a product to get delivered. We have got an email interaction, follow-up of the projects, documents, email marketing, sales calls of the relation management to get a product. A Salesforce will be interacting to the CRM. So here the CRM will be given by will be accessed in the cloud. That cloud person will be helping out of getting all the existence. Okay. In the service, the cloud provider gives the ability to the customer to deploy the customer created application using programming languages, tools, etc. that are provided by the cloud provider. The customer cannot control the underlying architecture, including OS, storage, service. So all this will be controlled by the cloud computing, whose owner means the cloud person will be the supporter for an SAS. For this, the example which I've seen is your CRM. Next one is the platform as a service. In the service, the cloud provider gives ability to the customer to deploy the customer created application using programming languages tools provided by the cloud provider. The customer cannot control the underlying architecture, including OS, storage, services. For example, the service would make sense to you if you're a developer. Since this, you can own. Previous in the case of a SaaS, your cloud will be giving the software or the underlying applications. Here in the platform as a service, if you want to access, if you want to store it your own product, means you yourself can create an application and you can store it in the cloud. This is what a platform of a service is. So in this, you can see it very clearly. If it will be in a SaaS services, like what we are using is in a Facebook. So your Facebook, Google, all is an owner of a owner, and we can access it for it. In a PaaS, to Amazon Web Services. So the IaaS is an Azure or the Amazon where you can interact your product with. That is where infrastructure as a services. In this infrastructure, the cloud provider provides the customer with the virtual machines and other resources. Yes, for this, for an example of this, if your user wants a Linux machine, he gets a Linux machine. He will not get worried about the physical machine or the networking of the system on which the OS is installed. For this, an example is an Amazon Web Services. So the whole thing of the 3 infrastructure, whatever I said about SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS, here it is managed by the vendor. So those who are providing that whole services will be that. Here, application and data will be managed by us. The remaining and all will be managed by our vendors. Here in the cases of an infrastructure, your application, data, runtime, your middleware and OS all will be managed by us, and only the virtualization, server, storage, networking alone will be managed by the vendors. So in the package, if it is a package software, will be the whole your application till the networking of thing will be managed by us. So why I'm just saying this is about the basic which I have to know, because we people all know about what is a cloud computing and all. Now the main focus is of about, okay. Now we are going to see clearly about the blockchain. So previously, before an existence of a blockchain, this is what we'll use the financial transaction. How we'll be doing it? We will be a third party, so our bank will be controlling our finance. What will happen? Each and every transaction we are doing, a part of the money will be taken by the third party. So if it's a transaction of 100 rupees, it is not a problem. What will happen if you're doing a very heavy transaction? Your most of the money will be taken for a transaction. To overcome this financial crisis, we have gone to a new technology called a blockchain. And also, one more thing is the evolution of a blockchain. It's the basic issues or the basic setbacks we have come across with our existing strategy before 2008 of an electronic banking, which is of the current banking system. Whichever I've said, a person wants to send a money to a money means he has to trust a third party. Here, our third party is our bank. For each and every transaction, he is sending 100 rupees. Then, for each and every 100 rupees, a 2 rupees is will be deducted by the bank. Then, on remaining only will be moved. What will happen when it is in a high transaction? The high transaction, the amount of the money which you are transferring will be more. So we are spending to some other person our own money. Then double spending. In the case of a double spending, this and all is in an existing strategy network what we have come across with our before a blockchain existence. Now, in this case of a double spending, here you have only 500 rupees. You have to do a transaction to the two persons. What will happen? We'll do a malicious type of a transfer. You'll be sending a 400. The remaining will have only 100, but again you'll be sending a 500. So in the case that you'll before getting an acknowledgement from the first person, you'll be sending the 500 to the other one. So what will happen? You're doing the money which you have, you're doing a double spending. This is a major problem. Here blockchain has come to an existence. The other one is net frauds and account hacking. If the people knows your username and password, what will happen? Your bank account will be easily hacked. So in the year of normally in the year, totally 14,824 internet banking fraud cases has been. In that 21 crore has been exploited by the internet frauds, and by using ATM and debit card related frauds, this is all has occurred in the year of 2012 before a blockchain has come to an existence. Then next about the other one is a financial crisis. What will happen? We'll be giving, other than the nationalized banks, we are also giving the money to the private bank. What will happen at a one time if the private bank cannot able to have a he cannot able to hold off all the money, what will happen? He will be demolish all the monies, or he'll be taking all the money and moving out. In that case, what will happen? The whole money, whatever we have just hardened money, will be spoiled. So this is a financial crisis, and the crashes happened in the back. To overcome this, a blockchain solve the previous issues. The main issues which I've said is about the double spending. For this, to overcome this, they've used a decentralized system. Previously, we used a decentralized system. Whatever the transaction, it has to goes to the third party. After the third party alone will have the control over of all the transactions. The other one is a public ledgers. So the customers who are on all relations with the system will not have the exact transaction what they are doing it. Then about verifications of every individual transactions, low or no transaction fees. So for transferring 100 rupees, we are spending 2 rupees. So what about in the case we are spending around 1 million? It's a huge amount. So all this will be overcome by using your blockchain. What is about a decentralized system? So decentralized approaches, we can see that, see here, one sec. Okay. See, in this is a which I can say it with the help of my picturization. Virtualization will get you more than by writing it. See, in this case of a centralized ledger and distributed ledger, each and every node, this node is nothing but a transactor. Each and every node will have a view about each and every node, whatever the transactions they are doing, whatever they have done already, whatever the other people have done. All this is a transparent in this cases of a distributed ledger. But in this case of a centralized ledger, only the centralized person will maintain that, and he will only knows the full transaction of all the people which has been connected. This is about the centralized ledger. Now, okay, so first one we are going to use see this decentralized system. The blockchain system is we are going to use a decentralized approach. When compared to a bank and the financial organization, which are controlled and governed by we know that by the central or a federal authorities. Everyone is a part of the system become equally responsible for the growth and the downfall of the system. Rather than one single entity the holding the power in a decentralized system, what will happen, will know what is the transaction is moving and what is everything will be known by all the people who have just been a part of the financial accountant. Okay. Public ledgers. Here, there you'll be having only a single distribution. Public ledger is whatever, how many of them have been transacted, how many of them, how many you have been transacted, how much it's a financial amount you have. All this will be maintained by the public ledger, because you will be connecting the whole chain in a peer-to-peer network. So in a peer-to-peer network, each and every node will be acting as a server and as a client, like an ad hoc networks. Each and every one will have a knowledge about each and everything. But the person who want to access, who want to do a transaction alone, the path will be opened. The other people will know what is happening, because the financial crisis, whatever it occurred in the existing strategy, will be overcome by means of this public ledgers. Verification of an individual transactions. So every single transaction will be cross-checked, but it cannot be hacked once it has been blocked. And we can see the previous transaction, how much it has been. We have done it by using, because here we are using a cryptocurrency. Crypto means everything is going to add it. You're going to use some cryptocurrency within a crypto algorithm going to do all this work. And we are doing like a hashing algorithm. This hashing algorithm, we are going to use a lot of algorithms available, but recently they are using an SAH-256. Why means it will just verify the transaction to whom it has to get, to whom you have to get transact. So they will be using a hashing algorithm in this case here. We are using all this to eliminate our double spending. Okay. Here, low or no transaction fees. In the case of a low or no transaction fees, previously we will be spending for sending very few finance. We have to currency to have a transaction. We have to spend a transaction fees. Only a feasible amount will be possible in this case of the new technology of a blockchain. So here, what will happen? The one which has got a highest priority with a higher transaction will be having more transaction fees compared to the feasible amount of transacting it. Okay, what exactly is blockchain technology? A blockchain technology, we are going to work in a peer-to-peer network, whatever I say in like an ad hoc networks, whichever I said. You are going to use, not going to use in a centralized ledger. We are going to use only a distributed ledger. That ledger is what we are following in an existing framework, whatever we have done it, but we are going to do it everything like a digitized. We are going to use it, and this ledger will be maintained, will be known by all the people, all the nodes who are all in the financial accounting, and they are all in a blockchain. They are immutable. Every single node on the network process every transaction it is occurring it. Now, before getting into about our blockchain technology, we should know about the very starting of my thing. Also, I said about what is a blockchain and in the blockchain, you're going to see only the two important things. One is a cryptocurrency, the other one is a Bitcoin. What is the Bitcoin? What is the blockchain? Cryptographically, it is a secured, shared, distributed ledger. Immutable transaction are written to this distributable ledger on a distributed nodes. Okay. Transformation technology in which business and government invest in. It is a decentralized database which stores information in the form of a transaction. Now, blockchain is a record of a transaction similar to a traditional ledger, which I've already said. But we are going to, once a new transaction has been created, that will be stored as a block. You will be connecting all the new transaction as a block, and it will not be getting hacked. Everything will be authenticated, and all this will be secured. This transaction can be recorded for anything and not just financial. Blockchain is not a Bitcoin. Okay. It's just about a cryptocurrency. Blockchain is to Bitcoin. So we'll be using like a MyPal, whatever we are using it, right? We'll be using a digital currency from for accessing. This is a asset for our blockchain. By using this digital currency, we'll be doing transactions. This is what I have said about the centralized ledger and the distributed ledger. So how your distributed ledger works? This is the basic thing. User will initiate in a transaction using the digital signatures. User will broadcast their transaction to nodes, but the people who are really having a mere transaction alone will be pulling the transaction. The other people will be observing what has happened. So which is not been there in the case of an existing status. In existing status, only the trusted party of the centralized person alone will have the whole area, whatever it is happening between the transaction. Here, everything is a transparent. One or more nodes begin validating each transactions. Nodes. So in the case of in the case when the bank is going to get default, what will happen? People who are in the block of the nodes will come to know that some default has happened. So each and every one will have the eye on each and every person transaction. So in that case, he can able to come to a conclusion. Okay, we are in a safer zone or not. Nodes aggregate validate transaction into blocks. Nodes broadcast blocks to each other. So whatever that once transaction is completed, that will be stored as a block. That is a crypto block it will be. Now, block referring is a true state chain to the prior block. This is about their distributed ledger will be working. Now we'll get into what is a Bitcoin. Bitcoin is nothing but a cryptocurrency. It is a digital payment system. They are founded by the Satoshi Nakamoto. He is so in the year 2008, this particular Bitcoin has been evolved. Very beginning, I've said about in the 2008 in the Big Bang Street accused big banks of misusing borrowers' money. That time, electronic currency has come into existence that us get into the cryptocurrency. That is a digital currency. We say it is a crypto because it is a secured currency going to have a transaction, financial transaction here. Okay, so we don't have anything like a usual currency and all. It is like an electronic currency. We say it is a digital currency, but don't physically exist like a dollar bills and all. Online currency which can be used to buy things. You can use that currency. We can use to using this Bitcoin. We can buy the things. These are similar to the digital cash. We say it is a digital cash. For example, it's a PayPal, Citrus, or a Paytm. What we are using right now. This is what the Bitcoin techniques we are using here. Even though they are virtual rather than physical, they are used like a cash when transferred between the people through the web. Bitcoin. A Bitcoin system is because you are going to use a peer-to-peer network. Each and everyone is going to act as a client and server. Transaction take place within the user directly without any intermediary. These transactions are verified by the network nodes and recorded in a public distributed ledger called, we say that one is a blockchain. So we are going to have a Bitcoin for a transaction, and we are going to have maintain it in a distributed ledger that going to for each and every transaction we say it is in a block that is going to add it in a block there, and we call that block as a because it is going to be a chain. We say it is in a blockchain. Since the system works without a central repository or signal. Sorry. Bitcoin is called the first decentralized digital currency. So this is what the image of your Bitcoins. So now the physical cash, your ally is going to send a data. First, you'll be using a dollar for sending a data. Centralized, your trusted party will hold of all this. Now decentralized it, you don't have, you'll be using your transaction only through means of a Bitcoin. So we'll be using we don't have a cash, but physically we'll use a coin like for transferring the data only through the net. Okay. These transactions are verified by the network nodes and recorded in a public distributed ledger. We say that is called a blockchain. So once a transaction is over, it will be created as a block and it will be maintained in the ledger nodes, and we call that ledger nodes as a blockchain. For doing that digital currency, we using a Bitcoin. For each and every transaction, we say it is a Bitcoin. That is a cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. Since the system works with a centralized repository or a single administrator, Bitcoin is called the first decentralized digital currency. So now, till 2012, around 21 million Bitcoins can be created. Out of this, only 17 millions. Once a transaction is over, the Bitcoin will be resetted and will be using for the further purposes. Bitcoin can be created whenever a block containing a valid transaction is added to the blockchain. This is the only means for creating. I'll be showing this by this and all is the in a particular node. So once a new block is created, what did happen? A chain is created. We say the whole thing is a blockchain and each and everything is a Bitcoin. New block. Yes, this is about the virtualization of this. So here your blockchain is the spine of the entire cryptocurrency system. Blockchain technology not only helps the user perform transaction using cryptocurrencies, but also ensure the security. And it is this is what the previous threat. If someone has have hacked our user and with a password, will not have a hold of what has happened in our transaction. That is a major thing because it is using in a cryptocurrency. It is a security. It provides a security. It is a continuously growing list of records called blocks. So the previous transaction will be once if you don't have a previous history, you can go and you can search your block with an authenticated. We can find all the transaction what has happened to the inside our network. A blockchain can serve as an open and distributed ledger that can record transaction between two parties in a verifiable and a permanent way. This ledger that is shared among everyone in the network is public for all it is. This brings in transparency and trust into the system. This is what the link I have taken it from the web. If you want, I can play it, or otherwise you can get into a cryptocurrency. We say all over my blockchain I was saying about cryptocurrency. It's nothing but a digital currency. They are nothing but a secured digital currency or a secured using cryptography and combining that with a role as a currency. So here we are doing all our transaction with a digital currency, but we have to do it with a secure thing. We are using a technology that is crypto plus currency. The name has come as cryptocurrency. All this are being mined, but it has not been printed. That is what which I want to show it in this demo. We say it can be either it is a gold point or it is like a silver coin. Bitcoin is the most widely known as the largest market one. Cryptocurrency is an internet-based medium of exchange which uses cryptographical function to conduct financial transaction. A cryptocurrency leverages blockchain technology to gain decentralization, transparency, and immutability. Okay. The whole thing, whichever I've said, I've put it in a pictorial form. Someone wants to request a transaction. This requested between these two node. This requested transaction has been broadcasted in a P2P network, that is peer-to-peer network consisting of a computer known as a nodes. The peer-to-peer network of a nodes validates the transactions and the user status using known algorithms. Once it has been validated, and those will be added in a block, we say it is the blockchain. The new block is then added to the existing block in a way that's a permanent and unalterable. Once it has been, you cannot go and change the block once it has been authenticated. So once verified, the transaction is combined with other transaction to create a new block of data for the ledger. So by doing the verification can involve we use a cryptocurrency contract records, or that is here we are using that has no intrinsic value in that, has no physical form that exists in this network. Its support is not been like we'll be using a centralized, it is a decentralized one. So once everything have been, the transaction is completed. So whatever we have seen so far in our PPT is been said in a very simple way of using a Bitcoin. A block has been created and we say it is in a blockchain, and we'll be using a cryptocurrency algorithm for authenticating our transaction. So what are the various types of currencies we have seen? Means we say it is a digital currency. Digital currency, we say it is a digital currency, is nothing but a regulated or unregulated currency that is available only in a digital or an electronic form. Virtual currency is nothing but an unregulated digital currency that is controlled by its developer. That is the one who is developing that will be having a virtual currency. Cryptocurrency is that uses cryptography to secure and verify transaction for as well as to manage and control the creation of the new currency units. This is what we say it is a cryptocurrency. It's the difference between the digital currency, virtual currency, and the cryptocurrency. For doing this blockchain, the prerequisite is we should know what is cryptography. So what is a cryptography? Is nothing but it is a technique of securing information and communication through use of codes. We are going to do a secure information and communications. We are going to do it with the help of a codes, so that only those persons from whom the information is needed can understand and process it. Thus preventing unauthorized access to an information. So the prefix we know crypt means hidden, suffix means writing. So you're going to write something which is okay. You're going to do a transaction which is encrypted, or it which cannot be shown to the everyone. So ordinary plain text is converted to ciphertext, which is a text made such as intended receiver of the text can only decode it, and hence this process is called encryption. This process of conversion of ciphertext to plain text, which we say it is a decryption. Because we are using a cryptocurrency, we should know the basic fundamental what is about a cryptography. So there are a lot of we are going to use some hash functions for authenticating our data. Then so here we are going to use some of the features in our blockchains. I'm going to use SHA-256 as a hash functions, and I'm going to use a public key cryptography because I'm having all my nodes in a distributed ledger, and all this has to have a right over of all the people. So my transaction should be transparent to everyone. So I'll be using my public key cryptography. There I can use many algorithm are there. Here what we use is RSA, or elliptical curve digital signature, are the most popular public key cryptographic algorithm alone. Distributed ledgers and peer-to-peer network, then the proof of work, incentives for validations. These are the basic features you should know for developing a blockchain. So elliptical curve digital signature is nothing but is used to create a Bitcoin. Bitcoin uses a variety of keys. What keys? We'll be using two keys. One is a private keys, the other one is a public keys. So this is about a public key cryptography. Your public key cryptography, Alice wants to have a transaction. First, he will be all your nodes will have a public key. He will be sending a public key. So a copy of Alice public key will be in a domain, and he'll be generating a private key also by using a signing algorithm. In the signing algorithm, you'll have a sender address and recipient address. Then the signing algorithm, that is the digital signature. So here the digital signature we'll be using in a hash function here. By using the signature, a node on the will be verified. The person who needs an actual transaction, your public key will be having the same amount of a key or the same values of the key. To that key, your private key will be transferred, and to that authenticated person, you will be sending data from the person to the person to whom. So transaction will be authenticated when you have been verified. That signature has been done by the hash function here. So here in a blockchain, we are going to use a cryptographic technique here. So we are going to initiate our cryptographic technique in a three part. One is at the initiation and the broadcasting of a transaction. The other one is validation of a transaction. The other one is the chaining blocks. These are the three mode we are going to initiate our cryptographic techniques here. So once we are doing initiation and broadcasting of a transactions, I'll be using a digital signature for creating my private and the public keys. For validation of a transaction, that is POW, proof of work. Then for chaining my blocks, to authenticate it, to have to connect it to the block, I'll be using my hash function. Here I'm using my SHA-256. Hello. So here, by using my hash function SHA-256, my data will be, this is a hash data. So whatever I have to have a transaction to this hashed value data, I'll be sending the nonce values. So this is what the data, the hash function and the mining will be authenticated. And this is how many blocks have been created. My nonce will be here. This is a previous hash function. If you have a 3 blocks, you will be having the chain of the blocks. Inside of your block, each and every block will have a previous hash function with a nonce value. So once your block has been authenticated with a nonce value, with the previous thing and the hashed values, your data will be transacted. So this and all is an implemented one. So if two person having the same blocks, the one which has got a long block alone will be connected to the blockchain. The other one will be not taken into a thing. So this is what I have done a blockchain implementation with using in a Python. For this, I have used Python as my platform for implementing my blockchain. So whatever I have said about, I've used a public key cryptography by using an RSA algorithm I've used. Then, so this is a demo session of a blockchain implementation.
Madam, are you going to run the demo session? POC now?
Hello.
Yeah, yes, madam. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I have to connect this to Ubuntu right now. In Ubuntu only I have my program
Okay, madam. Thank you.
because even one sec.
Yeah, no problem.
Hello. Hello. Ravi, என்னாச்சு கனெக்ட் ஆயிடுச்சா? எங்க வீட்டுக்கு வந்துட்டீங்களா?
Familiar, madam. Meantime, we have a couple of questions. Till you start the Ubuntu system, shall we ask some question, madam? Hello, familiar, madam?
Hello. Familiar?
Yeah.
One minute, I'll try to reach your Ravi.
Yeah. So till he restart the demo system, probably we can clarify a couple of questions.
Hello, Familiar?
I think she is trying to start the Ubuntu system to demonstrate proof of concept for the blockchain.
Great. Seems she's giving a try for the demo, actually.
Yeah.
By the meantime, if anybody has a doubt or anything, they can raise their doubts. Maybe we can consolidate and we can ask it at the end of the session.
Yeah, I have a couple of questions, close to 5 questions. Yeah. So if he's available, probably we can ask one by one.
Yeah.
Giri, sir.
Yes.
Sir, this is Yamini. Sir, Femila ma'am informed me to hold for 2 minutes, sir.
Yeah. So what I'm saying,
Within
that
2
when
minutes,
we
she will
to
be.
start the demo system, if she finds some time,
Okay.
probably she can answer the question from the participants to engage in all participants.
Yeah, okay, okay. I will inform her, sir. Thank you.
I have one question. Probably, if any participants know the answer, please advise me. And right now, we are doing payment transfer through Google Pay or Paytm, right? So, is that kind of a virtual currency or a cryptocurrency? So let me repeat again. We are doing Paytm transactions and Google Pay transactions from the mobile. Is it falls under virtual currency or the cryptocurrency? If any participants know the answer, probably you can share your advice.
See, that also falls into the blockchain concept because there is no physical currency exists. You know what they do is it's end of the day, it's a transaction and it's a data. So the data moves from one bank to another bank. For instance, let us say that you make some payment through Amazon or whatever it is. That the Google or the Paytm or all that is the medium at which we do it. But ultimately, the transaction goes from your bank account to the X bank account to Y bank. Okay, so that follows the same Bitcoin for the same cryptocurrency method to ensure that your transaction is complete and you get technology.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Ravi. My next
Answer your
question is. What is the security threat for a blockchain? Because anyway, nowadays what happens, a lot of hackers coming to the system and they're killing it, right? Is a blockchain is highly secured one, or it's a kind of
Yes.
another software available from the market? Familiar, madam?
Okay. Before we
Yeah.
she's there.
Yeah. So
She has
anyone
some
got
challenges.
Yeah.
She has some challenges to get connected to the Ubuntu server. Not sure about what Ubuntu to do with. I don't know. Let her. I think she is back now.
No, I went back to my hello.
Yeah. Yes, madam. Yeah.
Yeah, I went back to my Ubuntu.
Yeah.
I'm not able to go back. I have to show the demo, right? Yes, sir. You asked me about.
Yeah. So my question is, what is the security?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Madam, my question is, what is the security aspect of blockchain? Is it so robust and secure, or it is a kind of another software application subjected by hackers attempt?
It is a secured one only, sir. Because you are using a cryptocurrency here. It is totally a secured one. Even though it is actually in a previous existing framework, we don't have like see in the place where transaction has been fallen down on a bank or not, each and every subscriber doesn't know what is happening because the ledger is not been maintained by the each and every node. That case, transparency is ledging there, and also it has not been. I've already said about one of the fraud has happened. Also, you cannot able hacking. It cannot able. It's not been even a transfer, but that all this is being overcome by means of the blockchain because we are using an asset of a Bitcoin where we are doing a digital transaction. That is an asset. Okay, we are doing like a digital transaction without using like a cash bills or check whatever we are done it in the previous things. So it is a crypto one.
Fully
Yes, sir.
secured one. Okay.
Fully secure one. Yeah.
Right.
Right
My
now,
next
whatever we are doing it in a whatever you're doing in a digital transaction right now.
Okay, cool, madam. Yeah, yeah. My next question is, you're talking about a couple of algorithms like RSC and other thing, right? So these
Yes, sir.
algorithms
Yes,
are
sir.
available freely to everyone. Anyone can go and
Yes,
download the
sir.
algorithm.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I have done this with help of a voting machine. The same concept of the blockchain I have done with my. Here I've used the SHA-256. Here I've used one more thing as a quantum cryptography of what we have done within a photon mechanics. I have changed the algorithm of SH256 within a photon mechanics, and I have opened my public key, and I have trusted the voting between the two people. I've done for a football player database. I work for that.
Fantastic,
And one more
fantastic.
person I have done my decentralized with the SHA-256. I've gone for an aggregated encryption techniques. Many algorithms are available, but only thing is you will be having this is all for the beginners alone. They have to know what is a basic level. We have gone within a beginners level. So
Okay,
if you
madam.
have lot of, you can also pour all your mechanics inside it, your crypto one.
Yeah. So what I understand, to develop any blockchain, we need to go for Hyperledger or the specialist tool. But what I
Yes, sir.
understand, you
So
created
as
the.
per,
Yeah. Go
yes,
ahead,
sir.
madam.
So
So you
I
said
don't have any like a tool. It will like act like an application. My blockchain will act like an application alone. To have you don't have an I don't have an have not that much know because we people are research people, right? Very frank to people to say all this, and we have developed a blockchain like an application level by changing a lot of mechanics of the we are pouring like a physics mechanics, that is physics plus mathematics into the cryptography because it is main part is about a cryptocurrency. So where we'll have a point is we always go for a cut-in point where we can able to have a still more a secure one with a still more an accuracy level to send a block of data for mining our data in a cloud. All this we'll be going for like a cut-in point of in which part will be have a more secure from the previous existing one.
Yeah.
Like this we
Thanks.
have to follow.
Yeah, my question is, madam, thanks for answering. My question is, to develop any blockchain application, can
Yes,
I do
sir.
it from Python or I need to go for Hyperledger?
No, sir. You can go for because I have done it in a Python. That is enough.
Okay, fantastic. So very good, very good. So anyone can develop application in Python or any available open platform from the market.
You can use it in a Python, sir.
Okay,
According
super.
to my knowledge, Python is enough.
Yeah. And my last question is a very famous question. The moment you talk about cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, it doesn't have any government backup, right? So
No,
any
it's actually
Bitcoin
nothing. No. All this is a government one only, no, sir. Digital currency. Without that, how we can do a normal transaction? We are doing a transaction between the two end users, right?
I think
How come?
I'm
All
referring,
is an authenticated one.
I'm referring the digital currency without any government backup. How do you call that word? Is that Bitcoins or how it is? There is some huge, escalation
We call it
happened, right?
Bitcoin.
Yeah, okay, okay.
It's a Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Yeah. What I
Bitcoin.
understand, what I read from the articles, this Bitcoin anyone can, buy from anywhere in the world without any regulation in place.
Yes, sir.
So the governments are, fearing
Yes.
about unauthorized use by illegal people around the world.
So the Bitcoin itself will be authorized by the government people. Only after giving those authentication, only we people can do a transaction between the two end users. How come without government knowledge we can do that transaction?
Okay, okay.
Even though
Yeah, probably.
any end user of a private. So
Thanks,
actually,
probably.
yeah, Yes, sir.
Probably my ignorance, madam. Thanks for your answer. Yeah, please go ahead with the
No,
demo,
no
madam.
problem. That's what I've got a problem how to handle my demo here. I want to show it my Ubuntu. My Ubuntu has not been working in this thing. I have
Yeah,
not
not
been
an issue,
recorded.
madam.
Those recorded also I cannot put it. Say sorry to say it in an open domain here. I have a demo here. We have already done it. And that also is not get open. That is what I have said 10-15 minutes back. My Ubuntu is not working. And my friend
Yeah,
also is waiting with that. What to do, sir? In that case.
yeah, not an issue, madam. What I'm saying that, the fantastic session, we have another
Once,
20 minutes.
one sec,
Probably,
sir. 2 minutes, sir. My friend is saying that he will be getting back in. He said that he will get back. Can you wait for 2 minutes? Let me have a thing. I'll be coming back. 2 minutes.
if we can wait, what I would recommend, madam, if it is not working, no problem. Probably you can go ahead with the other, theoretical concept, and you can open, ask questions from the participants. What do you say?
So my part is hereafter is in a demo session. Last
Oh,
half an hour is in a demo session for me. I have to show the code how I've written for a public cryptography and how my hash function is working and how I'm just having a transaction between the two end users and how it has been authenticated. And all this I have to show it by lively to those person who are just attending this.
Fantastic, madam. We have a lot of questions. If you couldn't demonstrate the demo, we can ask questions. No, don't worry. Yeah.
Yes, sir. You give me 5 minutes, I'll just get back. Because we people are working only in Ubuntu. We are not even gone for Windows and all. I'll only work in Ubuntu. So that is not a problem. We are not. So far we are done only in a Google Meet in that case. Wait, sir. Wait, sir.
In fact, meantime, I can put another question to all participants. Anyone knows the answer, please advise me. See what happens, what I understand, the blockchain is a kind of unmutable or immutable system, correct? Once it is in place, we can't able to manipulate the data. My question is, we have two kind of companies from all part of the world, private companies and public companies, correct? Public means government companies, no problem. But assume that I'm running a public private company. If I implement the blockchain, all right, it means that I can't change my data because it's immutable. Having said that, I need to keep all my records straight and clean. So it means that I need to pay the required tax to the government authorities because I can't manipulate the data.
Sure,
the question is,
no.
Is any private companies will truthfully implement the blockchain, or they will not go for blockchain, they'll use the conventional system because they can manipulate the data, they can do whatever they want. You got my question, madam?
Valid question. Sir, actually, this is what the question you asked me the previous thing also. So all this like an authorized currencies only being given by the government of India. In that case, only thing is I can say from the existing thing is the issues of a decentralized point with the centralized. That is alone I can say here. No private people can develop currency for doing because MyPol and whatever I'm saying about MyPol and what is it, BIM and all, it is always an authorized government one, no sir. All this current we are doing in all the web transactions with an authorized of the government, right?
Yeah, correct, madam. But my question is, I'll put in another question. I'm running the private limited company from India. I don't want to implement blockchain because if I implement the blockchain, I can't manipulate my company data. I can't do some wrongful activities. So I want to continue with the traditional process.
Previously.
Okay. Is my statement correct?
Yes, sir. You can do it.
Then what is the incentive for private companies to go and implement the blockchain? Okay, no problem,
private company.
Because all companies are manipulating the data. In all sense, correct? They want to hide the tax. They don't want to pay the tax to the government.
Tax.
Yeah,
Yes,
correct.
All are. So for those people.
Yeah, no problem, madam. And my next question, we can see national level industry 4.0 policy going by government of India, right? And is there any dedicated policy for blockchain anywhere in the world? Say that there is a country The government is encouraging all companies to go for blockchain, and they are offering some kind of incentives or some subsidies. I didn't see there's such kind of initiative only meant for blockchain. Do you come across any such initiative, madam?
Not it, sir. To that level. No, sir.
But in India we have Industry 4.0 policy, given by Government
Yes.
of India. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So all the
open to all participants.
sir, sir, you're going to the depth of all business point of view. So we people
Yeah, no
are
problem.
not that much. Yeah.
No problem. So open to all participants. If you have any question, please ask, madam. This is the right forum. You can post your question on the chat, or you can make yourself unmute and you can talk. But I have another question, madam. Sorry for asking more questions. So recently,
Sure, sir.
I read a article from US media. See what happens,
Yes. To be very colloquial, participants, one more thing before interrupting you. You have seen Irumuthirai Tamil film, sir? Vishal. He has
I heard of
all the participants from Tamil people, right? If they have seen that, he has used this technique blockchain for investigating all this. Means he has used that as Arjun will be using this blockchain. Something I don't know. I'm not that much, but he has used this technology. Be very reachable to the students.
Okay. Yeah. See, my question, madam, recently one case happened from US. There is a police officer and accused. Okay, the accused shot
Okay.
during the encounter, and they got the Apple mobile, Apple smartphone. The Apple smartphone,
Okay.
the government authorities tried to open the Apple phone, but couldn't they didn't know the password used to be the accused. Okay. Now what happens? They approached the Apple. They didn't share the password because of the data security policy. And the government authorities created the super program from the supercomputers, and the computers ran a excellent algorithm, and at the end of the day they broken the password for the mobile device. Okay, my question is, on the same fashion, even though blockchain is highly secured and based on the cryptographic policy in place, can I create the excellent
Yes, sir.
program in the supercomputers and run millions of permutation combination? I can break the chain from the blockchain.
Sure,
Is it
sir. You can
possible?
do it, sir. You can hack any. Yes, sir. Possibilities out there. That is what we people are running for, getting more secure cryptocurrency. More secure. Because here digital currency is a crypto one. You can hack anything, and you can any people can. That is what I'm just saying. You have to change each and every time. You have to change your mechanics. Here we tried with the physics, with a mathematical one. We have to go for whatever you're saying about permutation and computation to the level which they are thinking, more to the level we have to go for any higher handed of a digital signature for an authenticated one.
Authentication. Okay.
மேடம் இந்த இரும்பு திரையில சாரி திஸ் இஸ் வில்வநாதன்.
Yes, sir.
இரும்பு திரையில வர மாதிரி அந்த இது பண்ண முடியும் அது மாதிரி.
Yes, sir. அதுதான் சார் அவங்க பண்ணது வந்து கான்செப்ட் ஃபுல்லாவே வந்து பிளாக்செயினோட கான்செப்ட் தான். But I haven't seen that film, but they have said me when I was doing the work for the client, they have said me this. And அதே கான்செப்ட் தான் சார் இந்த பிளாக்செயினோடது, வேற எதுவுமே கிடையாது இதுல. அர்ஜுன்
அந்த மாதிரி பண்ண முடியும்னா நம்ம வந்து பயங்கர க்ளோஸ் ஆஃப் மணி வந்து அப்படியே வந்து இங்க இருந்து அங்க மூவ் பண்ணி ஏதோ பண்ணிட்டு இருப்பாங்க.
இந்த கான்செப்ட்லாம் இஸ் ஹேப்பன் more than 5 to 6 years back. Most of the இது வந்து இன்னைக்கு வந்து கரண்ட்ல இருக்குன்னு அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இருக்காங்க சார். We can do that. We can hack it.
Okay.
இப்ப நம்ம பார்த்தது பாத்தீங்கன்னா existing strategy only the financial banking is doing right now.
But I heard another story, madam. That Telangana government, they implemented blockchain for land registration. சரிங்களா? So யார் land register பண்ணாலும் it will go through the blockchain. Having said that, tomorrow someone do the double document or any manipulation not possible going forward from Telangana government because they implemented the blockchain.
Blockchain is centralized.
Yeah, BSNL it is immutable, correct? I heard,
So
across
each and
India.
every person will knows what has happened. அவங்க land வந்து fake பண்ண முடியாது. Even though if they have any other வில்லங்க மாதிரி ஏதாவது இருந்தா கூட they cannot able to do it. So that is
Correct.
actually fine, sir. We have to go ahead. நம்ம தமிழ்நாட்டுல அது கொண்டுட்டு வந்தா ரொம்ப நல்லதுதான். Because
நல்லது, correct.
ஒரு 4 to 5 ஒரு இடம் மாறி வர்றதுக்கு முன்னாடி பிஃபோர் தட் என்ன நடந்ததுன்றது அந்த வில்லங்க எடுக்க முடியாதுன்னு சொல்றாங்க இப்ப இருக்க ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன். I don't know. I'm not that.
So what I heard, across India, all governments will implement blockchain for land registration, and eventually all government services, like any government services, they will go to the blockchain in the near future.
Sure, sir. Actually, this is very good news, sir. Whatever if it's our transaction is transparent. It's very well and good if government of India have done government of India enna transaction or how much it is doing it will be legitimate for all the subscribers.
Correct.
So
Yeah,
that you can do it. Since
cool,
the government
that is
is
very good for, that is very
no,
good for
since the government is saying I'm not corrupted, once they get this one, it will be reachable to all the like us or subordinate people or chinna they know what is the transaction is happening. It's not the constitution will not accept all this, but it will be well and good. So actually, I'm doing some. You can see my my system, sir. All can
we
see
could
my
see
system.
we could see one standalone or stagnant screen, madam. Blockchain client implementation demo தெரியுது.
தெரியுதா சார்? நான் எனக்கு ஷேர் பண்ணுங்களேன். I'm just doing that in my desktop.
மேடம் நீங்க தான் இப்ப வந்து இதுக்கு ஹோஸ்டா இருக்கீங்க. You can able to drive.
So I'm just that's what I'm just I cannot able to share how to do it. That one wait.
No, you are the host.
Yes, sir. Actually, you cannot see. I'm downloading everything in the Windows.
No, madam. I think you need to switch into another, screen. ரெண்டு screen வச்சிருக்கீங்களா நீங்க?
Illi, Team Viewer and this one. Nothing else.
இல்ல மேடம், ஸ்கிரீன் சேஞ்ச் ஆகல. ஒரே ஸ்கிரீன் தான் தெரியுது.
So
Yeah, we can
whatever
see
has
only
been-
blockchain client implementation demo.
Demo alone, right? Okay. User. How to get into, sir? Very sorry, I'm very poor in this.
Okay,
See, my
தெரியல மேடம்.
desktop is running with my packages. That is what I want to share it to you.
It is not visible, madam.
No. You can see some downloading packages and all. You cannot see?
No.
Not it. That's what I'm just asking you how to do it, sir.
Oh my goodness.
My
Okay.
PPT has been presented. Since it is there, I'm running in my command mode.
But last time you switched between two different applications, madam. We saw that when you went to another screen, Ubuntu. Can you please
Yes,
try
sir,
the
yes,
same method as of now?
That's what I'm just I've got back all the data to the Windows only. I'm just driving it all the data. I want to show you the output of how I have done it, my demo. That is what I'm just saying.
It's not an issue, madam. Yeah.
Sir, wait, sir. Let me show it and finish it properly.
Yeah. And meantime, any questions from the participants, you can ask any question in even the Tamil language. You are fine.
Ravi sir, can you help me out for getting back my screen? Sir? Sir, actually you can
Yeah,
you cannot
go ahead,
help me out. No, sir.
No, I cannot help because you are the host, you are controlling, you are the desktop, madam.
That's what, sir. But what I have to do to share my desktop? Because my PPT is in a desktop, I have shown it. The same thing is
Okay.
happening in my desktop. Then how to do that one? I'm asking. My PPT alone can get shared. No, why not this?
Okay. Yeah, madam, what we can do, we have another 5 minutes. Probably we can send the video recording to all participants after the post the program.
Yeah, I have a video recorded with me right now.
Yeah.
I'll send it.
So we can send to all participants, no problem. And meantime, we can answer questions from participants. Like Bilwanda sir asked one question, right? I think even other participants might have some question on their mind. அப்படி யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாமா மேடம் நெக்ஸ்ட் 5 minutes?
Yes, sir. Yes, you can do it.
Virunodhan sir, if you have any question, please ask, and I request other participants as well come forward and ask questions.
இல்ல ஆக்சுவலா எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் லேட்டா ஜாயின் பண்ணதுனால வந்து எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் சப்ஜெக்ட்ல கொஞ்சம் நான் வீக்கா தான் இருக்கேன். ப்ராப்ளம் ஐ கெட் இன் டச். சோ நான் அதுக்கப்புறம் கேட்கிறேன் சார். Just go ahead, please go ahead.
நம்ம பண்றது ஷேர் ஆக மாட்டேங்குது அவங்களோட இது.
பரவாயில்ல மேடம், நோ ப்ராப்ளம். நான் வீடியோ ரெக்கார்ட் போட்லாம். I have another question madam. What I read from newspaper.
Okay. ஏன் உங்களுக்கு ஷேர் ஆகல?
Madam, don't worry about it. We will send the video recording to all participants. So don't worry. And I have another question.
My friend is doing that in my friend is doing, sir. He is actually doing the desktop because we want to show the demo session properly. Very sorry.
Anyway, I think we are running out of time. And 5 நிமிஷம் தான் இருக்குது. நம்ம முடிஞ்சதுனா நம்ம பண்ணலாம், இல்ல தேவையில்லை. கவலைப்படாதீங்க நீங்க. சரிங்களா?
Okay, sir.
And meantime, I have another question, madam.
Yes,
what
sir.
I read from the newspaper, the government of India, they are planning a national level health registry for all citizens. Okay. So that health registry, for example, if I'm getting the treatment from Chennai, tomorrow if I travel to Delhi, if I fall sick, if I go to the Delhi hospital, they can able to enter my Aadhaar card and they can see my complete health history.
Yes, sir.
And they are leveraging blockchain to develop the registry for Indian citizens. Is that true?
Whatever you're doing, you cannot connect this with the blockchain. But whatever the query you're asking me, I can do it with a machine that is knowledge-based training here, right? I can get you the full history as a database. I'll make it my mission to learn whatever the database you're giving the full history will be an authenticated one. You can sit in any place, anywhere, and your history will be viewed by the topmost official or the topmost surgeon. And from there, he can assign you. That is what you're asking me, no, sir?
Okay. Madam, can you please try now, madam?
This is actually a different questions. Here, yeah. Here I'm getting a share here.
Sure.
You can see the output here?
Yeah, I can.
You can see it, right? Okay. I'll ask him to do it. Wait.
Sure. Yeah. So this is the actual blockchain implementation or a proof of concept solution.
Yes, sir. You can see Notepad?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Ravi, pannunga. They can see it. Okay. Sir, actually, backend we have got a coding level. I'm just showing the front end because in an architecture of my cloud, I have to show only the front end part, the user one. Here, I'm going to pass all the data to the cloud. Here, I've used the two server because I'm going to do the transaction between this two port.
Okay.
And previously, what I've done in this run command is I have installed that with my Windows server. I have installed all the packages here. Okay. So I'm using my, you can see, all can see here, right? Yeah. I'll show the output alone.
Please.
Net is slow. Okay. My recipient address, you can see it. So transaction to be added in the next block. So we are using the we are going to do it between the transaction.
Okay.
Wait. He's doing on come. You can see whatever you're doing side by side. Hello?
Yeah. So you are trying to execute the code to run the blockchain application, isn't it?
Yes, sir. So we are using an environment, virtual environment.
Okay.
We have created a 2 server,
Mhm.
which is this is address for that. We have one more server with another port.
Okay.
We are using it in a remote, no sir. My net also is not helping me out today. So we have to create a 2 server here.
Mhm. Probably you can explain what you are doing when you execute the code,
Yes,
madam,
sir.
so we can
Because
understand.
actually this and all is for running our Python. We have created a virtual environment here. See
Okay.
here 501 we have created one port. The other one server we are going to get connected. That is a client server. One is the server one. We have already created. Now we are going to create it, which is of this address.
Mhm.
Okay. You're going to, we have generated a wallet here.
Mhm.
We are going to do a transaction. That is what I said mining here. I've said it. So this is my, so I'm going to add that server to the client here. That is what the link I'm giving. Here I'm going to, I have to give all the public key for all the nodes to the generated wallet. So
Yeah.
public key and private key, whichever I've generated. Hello?
Yeah, we are hearing. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hello? Just say me what you're doing. Okay. Client transaction. Okay. Public key only we are going to distribute it. It's a Bitcoin 10. We are going to send a 10 rupees. The private, now we are going to send the private key. So we are going to send, we have sent it a 10 rupees from the port 5000. We are sending it to the port. Yes, blockchain node URL. We are sending to this port 5000. Well, how much you're going to send? We are going to send this 10. That is transaction is successful. Yes, this is your recipient address. So you got a data from the recipient. This is the sender one and this is the recipient. So today I have done it. See the timestamp. It's just showing at what time I've done the transaction. Everything will be there in that block. This is what it's going to add it in that blockchain. Each and every block. Once it is authenticated or it has been, everything has been fine. So we are going to create one more transaction with a public key. So sender address we are giving here. This is what the address we have created. We are sending another one. Amount is 21 to the another one is to the 5000. Got it, sir? Whatever I'm saying.
Yeah, fantastic, madam. So you are entering the sender address and entering the value.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sender as sir. Okay. Then we are sending how much the amount you are doing it. This is the transaction signature. Once the transaction signature has been authenticated, then to the one where no 5001. So it has been successfully, your transaction is over. So you have done the second transaction. See here, we have got a sender address with a value of 21. So
Yeah.
I'll be showing the two transactions what I have done it here. One to the sender, the value I have sent it at 10 rupees. Show me the two entries, sir. Yes, you are sending to two different people. Tanna. See here, we have sent a value of 21. The another one is one more server. We have sent the values of other click button. Yes, we have sent the value of 10. Got it, sir? You can see.
Yeah, we can able to see, madam, 10 and 1. Yeah.
Yeah, we have sent it to two different ports.
Mhm.
So here clearly we can see everything, right? See, the ledger has been very transparent. We can see to whom we are sending, what we are sending it to. The private key, which has been same alone, will be having a transaction. Will be pick upping the transaction. The other will be having the whole detail of what's the transaction here. This is what I have explained it in a theory part.
Fantastic, madam.
Yes.
First time I'm seeing the actual or real-time blockchain transactions. I read so many articles, but this is the first time. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So I think right now we are at 7:36, madam. So we can wind up the session.
So we have
So
done some
participants, yeah, if you have any question, no problem.
Sorry for the interruptions because of my switching over of my OS. I'm not having that much. My friend came and helped me out. That's what. Sorry for
problem,
that.
madam.
If you have any queries regarding this, we can go ahead.
Yeah. So any questions, participant can ask now, please. Cool. Yeah. I think everyone is fine, madam. So we can wind up. So
Sure, sir.
Subhash, you can do the concluding remarks. No problem. So thank you very much, everyone. Really appreciating your time to join this call, and thank you very much, Femila, madam. Really appreciating excellent session. And we are going to call you for product development in terms of blockchain and the one more project. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You're really knowledgeable. We want to leverage your knowledge for the product development, madam.
Deep learning, sir. You get me into the deep learning concept. A lot of work I'm doing in deep learning. Myself and my friend, we both are working together.
See, we are executing on project, madam. Is a combination of IoT and cloud and machine learning. Yeah,
Sure,
it is
sir.
almost 60% completed. We want to take it forward and close the project. So definitely,
Sure.
we will call you on tomorrow for the ongoing project. And for blockchain, we initiated the conceptual stage. We are going to get your advice, madam. You're going to be part of the team. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much, madam. Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Sir.
thanks, everyone. Really
Thanks,
appreciate it.
madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.